Go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Should work. Come on, work. Work for me, work for me. All right, we should be live. Hey everybody, let me know if we're streaming this. I am so sorry. Apologize, I was trying to get this thing connected to the YouTubes and my computer here, broadcasting technology for the last 15 minutes or so.
Work. Come on, work.
Okay, good. We're live. We're live. Okay, hey everybody. So welcome to a live class on internet marketing strategies. This is session 2. Man, I'm stoked, always fired up about being with you guys here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing, your day's going great. And today, we're doing this in a little bit of an off hour because I was occupied with some family kiddo stuff during the day. So usually we're going to do these during the day in time. So that way, hopefully the time zones are, bearable for all of you around the anywhere around the world here. Okay, so Deborah, good to see you. Rick, Lee, Sherry, Abdurazak, my man, how are you? Michael Taylor, Dodd, Deanna. Okay, I'm doing great, you guys. Thank you so much. Miles, what's up, man? Lots of members. Abdurazak saying, okay, great. Okay, so you guys, couple things. We're gonna get straight into this. I've got a lot to cover with you. What I will do, this is internet marketing strategy. So this is obviously it's for pro level members. This class is exclusive for pro level members. AKA you, hence you're here, right? But again, just like all of those, internet traffic, list building, or internet marketing strategies, list building strategies. What else we've got? We've got internet marketing strategies. These three kind of go together congruently, right? So as a pro level member, I want you to understand like what's happening here, because you may feel, especially if you're new, you may feel like you're getting a piece of information here or a piece of information here, right? These three go together, right? So the information you're acquiring, I want you to kind of, look at it strategically and with an entrepreneur's kind of a thinking, right? To where you can put these together. You can put 2 and 2 together, right? Because when we talk about traffic, we talk about list building and internet marketing. All these are strategies. They're not like, okay, point and click here, go to this side and click this and click that. Because that's tactics, right? Strategies are more, can be more abstract, but they're literally timeless. The stuff I'm going to be sharing with you guys, this is the timeless stuff. This is the stuff that changed my business around big time. As an affiliate marketer, as a network marketer, I dabbled in a couple of network marketing companies in my, in the past. And these strategies can be applied to anything you do, because at the end of the day, my goal, my vision is to help you build you. Now, if you're brand new here with us, if you have never done anything like this before, online marketing, internet marketing stuff, this is brand new stuff for you. Nice haircut. Oh my goodness, thank you, Maya. Thank you for that compliment. If this is a new territory for you, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed or confused or be like, oh my goodness, I don't think this is for me. What we're talking about is more, it's like a high school level type education, right? We're not like elementary stuff, but this is like a high school kind of level education. Everything else that we do inside the 4%, including Operation 100K, which is, that program is slowly moving, as you can see, just because I'm the bottleneck, because I'm kind of the guy responsible for all of these things. But the Operation 100K trainings, which I think we have another episode dropping sometime during the night as soon as the dev is back. So that kind of stuff will get you more of like a one-on-one to more of an advanced, to where you can actually see things unfolding, okay? These series right here is designed to give you, a little bit more ideas to help you elevate you as an entrepreneur in your thinking, right? Give you more, elevate your awareness about what's going on as a marketer, as an entrepreneur. And then we have we have something crazy, you guys, absolutely ridiculous, crazy, unbelievable. Some of you guys, this is, I kid you not, we can go head to head with anybody on the planet Earth. Okay, with what we have coming out is one of the core products in the 4%, and something that is going to power that, the engine that's going to propel that forward with a twist we're putting on things. It will blow your mind. Okay, stay tuned for a major announcement about that. Depending if you're watching this as a replay, it might already be in the back office depending when you're watching this. But we got some really killer stuff coming, and that will really take people to like the mastery level, like absolute mastery, like all intricate details and all that stuff, okay? And the goal at the end of the day, like, you know, what's the end result is to help you become absolutely awesome at what you do in your space. So you can be an affiliate, awesome, you can be an affiliate for the rest of your life, but the way you operate as an affiliate needs to have strategy. Everything you do, everything I do on the internet, everything I do as an entrepreneur, especially in this world, needs to have a strategy. There's got to be a reason behind every action of yours that you take, okay, or don't take. Goes kind of both ways, right? So a lot of people are just clueless. They're just following the herd, or somebody says, oh my goodness, let's go here. Everybody's like, oh, okay, let's go here. This is the next best opportunity, whatever. They never think things through, especially long term. And so a lot of people ended up getting burned because they just, this is what's going on, right? I want to help you get established. If you want to promote 4%, any of the products, awesome. If you want to promote anything else that's out there, awesome. But I'm telling you, with what we have coming out, you will see this is going to be, it's going to be like that crazy glue. The business that you're building here, what we have coming out that you will see and hear about inside the 4%, it will be a crazy glue that will just attract people in your business. And you need to make a decision to become absolutely irreplaceable. You know, somebody might say, you know what, there is no such thing as being irreplaceable. And I say, you know what, there is. You know what, you're unique, I am unique. There is nobody else on the planet Earth with the same fingerprint as mine or yours, right? We can become irreplaceable. You should get to the point to where if you were to leave this planet, right, a lot of people would notice. You know what I mean? That's when you make the most impact. That's when you make the most money. That's when you become the most effective in the community, in the marketplace, in the world. That's what you need to strive for. Don't be just like anybody else. Like, oh my, let me just see if I can make an extra $200. That's, you know, people that work at McDonald's, nothing wrong with that. People that work at Walmart, nothing wrong with that. But I don't think that that's your goal, you know, if you being here, right? So you need to strive for becoming irreplaceable, absolutely irreplaceable. There should be nobody else on the planet Earth that can do or talk to people or inspire somebody like you can. Okay? That's your focus, that your dedication should be, and everything you do should be channeled towards that outcome. Okay? Because everything else will follow you guys. Money, accolades, lifestyle, you know, everything will follow. Okay? So, all right, let's get into this session. Does this make sense, everybody? You guys with me on this one? All right, what up, Tim Terrell? Good to see you here, my man. Tim Dumani. Sounds excellent. Rick Front saying, okay, not me, like me. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. Dodd. Okay. We've got Big Pete in the house. What up, Pete? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fire up my my little, hey, I've got a little PowerPoint slide for you all tonight. Okay, but I don't know, it might be, this is the thing, it kicked me out last time I did it. That's why I couldn't get on, because I had this running, and as soon as, if it messes up, I'll give you a warning. If it messes up, if it kicks me out from this live stream, it's because my PowerPoint probably messes up with this broadcasting technology, and it might cut me out, but hopefully it doesn't. Let's see what happens if I do that. If it does, I'm gonna have to probably maybe do a recording and then post a recording. But let's see if it does or not. Okay, so bear with me here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, let me know when you see it. Okay, you see the screen? You guys should be able to see my screen. Okay. And then I'm going to go full screen. Let's see if it actually keeps me on or not. Okay, I like the shadow of the facial too. Okay, Maya, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Okay. Yo, we hear you, bro, Michael Taylor says. Okay, great. Okay, can you, let me know in the comments here if my thing is still, if you guys see the full screen and you can still hear me, because I do not see any controls as soon as I do that. All controls are gone. Okay, you guys still here? Okay, good. Perfect. Love it. Okay, so we're gonna spend the rest of the time, I'm just gonna go through these, and then I'm gonna be back and we can discuss it. Okay, so a couple ground floor rules here, or kind of set your expectation. What's going on here? Okay, so What I'm going to talk to you about today, okay, this second strategy or second session of internet marketing strategies is storylines, okay, storylines. Again, these are strategies that you as an entrepreneur, you must understand. If you do not understand these, it will be very difficult for you to build a stable, long-term business promoting the stuff that you want to promote, okay? It doesn't matter what you promote, really doesn't matter. Because people don't, you're in business for yourself and you're in business with people. So understanding this kind of stuff, it will be critically important for anybody. I had my biggest breakthrough when I started to learn this kind of stuff. What I'm going to share with you, I'll tell you this for full transparency. I learned a lot of this stuff from the man Dan Kennedy himself. Okay, he is he considered to be like the grandfather of direct response and internet marketing. So. He was one of my mentors, and I spent a lot of money with him to learn some of this stuff I'm going to pass to you right now. But I've condensed a lot of this, I've compressed a lot of this information, kind of, tried to cut out as much fat as possible and deliver to you the most impactful stuff that has helped me in my business. Okay. Now this is going to be more of like a 10,000 foot overview. Pay attention to this. Obviously, you can watch a replay and recording of this later, but this is the kind of stuff that will transform your business and take it to a whole other level. Okay, when you implement these strategies. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let me show you and kind of walk you through this three-part kind of a transition here. Okay, and for some of you, you might be at zero. For some of you, you might be at a couple thousand a month so far. Very, very few people obviously are at 100,000 a month plus. The goal is for you to get there, okay? But you need to understand, if you're watching my coaching with Vic, I think depending when you started watching those, etc. One of those things I'm talking about is the three magic words, right? Nothing is impossible, or anything is possible. Anything is possible. So I want you to. I can't want your success for you if you don't want it for yourself. But hopefully you're here. You're aspiring to at least hit 100,000 a month. Or a year, okay? I would say start with a year. That's only like $8,300 or $8,300 a month, which is doable, totally doable. Probably not going to happen for you for the first month out. However, it is totally doable. But I'll go on a record and say this: with what we have coming out, with an idea that I have for 4% for some of the stuff you guys will be hearing about, I think that hitting these kinds of numbers will be very, very, very doable, even for complete beginners. So the three things here, if you look on the left, the first column on the left, if you go from 0 to 10 to 100,000, if it's a year, you need to understand a few things. What do you focus on? You focus on content plus customer development planning. What I mean by content, again, we talked about some of this stuff in list building, and we're going to dive deeper into this in the mastery level. This is where you start to build you, okay? This is where you kind of introduce yourself to the world. You start putting out content. This is why stuff like E-Stage will be important and everything we talk about in this context. But just to give you an overall picture here, content plus customer development planning. Okay, this is your ideas, this is you learning, okay? Then you start to understand the value you're adding to your customer, okay? What is your value? It's great that you sell a product that adds value, cool. Question for you is, what is your value? Okay, now if you say, I'm totally brand new to this thing, I don't have anything valuable yet, that's okay, but you need to understand. See, you might be at zero. This is a stage where you go from 0 to 100K, okay? So if you're at 0, your answer to that point number 2 on the left column there would probably be no value, okay? I don't understand what kind of value I can bring. That's okay, that's where you start. But that's why you're in the 4%, that's why you're learning this stuff, and that's, as you become valuable, you need to start to identify that stuff. Again, this is just for general information for you so that I plant this seed into your head. We're going to help you with all of this. That's my intention, at least, okay? So understanding the value that you're adding to your customer, very, very, very important. Point number 3 is your messaging. Okay, what's your core message? We'll work on that one. Your strategic product stacking. We in 4%. That's bullet point number 4 in that left column there. We actually help you with that big time in 4% because we have symbiotic income streams here, right? We have strategic product stacking within the 4% itself with things like ClickFunnels and additional products that are, correlated to each other in some sort of a way or form. And wait till you see something else that that we're bringing to the table here is going to blow your mind. So we have that stuff pretty much taken care of. Number 5 is high-level customer service. You don't have to start with that right away, but I'll tell you, even when I was an affiliate, I was doing my own customer service. When I started to hit the ground running financially a little bit, okay? Again, so it's not needed immediately from the get-go, but as soon as you start, getting into the money position, you need to be thinking about that. So these are the 5 key components for you to go from 0 basically to 100K. That's really what you got to be focusing on, okay? Now, a lot of it a lot of these components we integrate inside the 4% marketing machines and your entire ecosystem. And again, it's ever expanding, ever evolving, right? Then how to go from 100K to $1 million. Okay, there is not a whole lot of difference here. The middle column, you can see marketplace or market leadership positioning. Okay, creating your true distinction in your niche, but just basically taking things up a notch, all right? So this is where you start thinking about your systems and leverage. This is where you really, obviously if you're making 100,000, for you to go from 100,000 to $1 million, it's 10 times easier, you guys, than for you to go from from 0 to 10,000, So you're thinking in terms of systems, promotional partnerships, value creation. You can become, a vendor for other people. You can have JV partners. You can have promotional partners. Cross-endorsing, cross-promotion, that kind of stuff, multi-channel prospect acquisition to where you can have multi-channel marketing going on, you can have multiple funnels running simultaneously, cross-promoting each other. So that's basically how you go, you take your stuff to the next level. Again, not for the beginner necessarily, but we do want to implement as much of that middle column into the 4% ecosystem for you on your behalf as possible. So make things easier for you, okay? And then go from the right, the column on the right there, as you can see, from $1 million to 10 million. Okay, not a whole lot of, not a giant difference there either. Okay, so recruiting recurring revenue training models. So that's where continuity might fall into the place as you get bigger, as you get better, as you become more valuable. Right now, you become more valuable. So now you have something to share. All right, and now you can create your own continuity programs. How people pay you $97 a month or $197 a month. You can create membership sites. You can create mastermind programs, system scaling. You're just scaling stuff. You create movement marketing campaigns, category ownership initiatives. So this is the kind of stuff that, just to give you an idea, if you're taking notes, pay attention to this. Keep that in the back of your head as you're building. Okay. Here's a little side note. This is not part of the actual strategy, but this is one of those foundational stuff. Look, if you want to become absolutely great at this kind of stuff, you must brainwash yourself for success. Give yourself a nice scrub, man. Give yourself a really good scrub, right? For your brain there. Brainwash yourself for success. You got to do it. It's not a cliche. It's not something, one of those voodoo things. You have to do it because guess what? Media, CNN, all these channels on TV, all these, talk shows and you name it, print publications that people are, poisoning themselves with. They're brainwashing you not for success. I will guarantee you that one, okay? They're brainwashing you. Kids go to school, they're getting brainwashed, but not for success. They're getting brainwashed for being an employee. Again, nothing wrong with that, but that's not what I want, okay? We're getting brainwashed either way. I suggest you get yourself brainwashed. How do you do this, okay? Identify why do this, okay? Your clarity, focus, attraction, everything we talk about. I want to just fly through this, but this is an important slide that I wanted to put in there, okay? 30-day media fast, that's what I recommend. Just challenge yourself. See if you can last 30 days without paying attention or being completely neutral to what's going on in the world, okay? What's going on in your country? What's going on politically? What's going on Facebook? See if you can challenge yourself. See if you can survive this challenge, huh? Okay? 30 days. If you can do it for 30 days, you can take control of yourself. And if you can control the greatest book ever written on success, the Bible says, the man who can control his mind, I'm paraphrasing obviously, can conquer the city or something like that, right? Paul, is that what it says? Yeah? Something to that nature. And again, I'm paraphrasing totally here. I'm not quoting. So most people cannot do this, right? So if you are going to be leading, if you're going to be doing something significant, you've got to be unique. You've got to stand out. You've got to do this kind of stuff, okay? Focus on your single most important thing. Focus is your single most important thing. Remember that. You know, it's not your time. Time is important. People say you cannot get back the time. That's right. It's true. But where your focus goes, attention flows and results show, right? Whatever you focus on is going to expand for you. So if you focus on whatever, you know, is around you that's not supportive, guess what? Where you're going to spend most of your time on, okay? Guess what? You're going to focus on that, which you're going to spend most of your time on which you focus. So controlling your focus is really, really, really important. Again, I'm not, you know, sitting on a high horse here and telling you that I've never, you know, sinned over here in this particular area. Dude, I do it every day, but I got to, you know, this is, I remind myself every single day, you know what, channel your focus. Because if you don't consciously channel your focus, if we don't take care of our garden, if we don't constantly pull the weeds out, guess what? We don't have to plant those weeds, do we? They just show up, you know, by themselves. And same thing with your focus, same thing with your mind, everything. It's a never-ending, you know, thing. So it's an ongoing thing, okay? So remember this, keep it, you know, in front of you. Remember this as you're building your business. This is an important piece of or important ingredient in your overall strategy of becoming dominant figure, okay? Here's a secret formula. I'm gonna fly through it, okay? Three things. Number one is you, okay? The character, because your business is a reflection of you, always will be. Remember that, okay? Your business is a reflection of you. Okay, anybody needs a good scrub? I love it. Come to Les Mins in New York. I do the best. Anybody needs a good scrub? Okay, you know what we need to do? We probably need to create like a scrubbing a product that scrubs people's brains and maybe sell it in the ecosystem or something. I don't know. Maybe a good idea. Anyway, so here's a secret formula. Yeah, it's you. Because your business is a reflection of you. You guys, your business is not your product. Your business is not the system you promote. Your business is you, right? Newsflash. Oh my goodness. Never, ever, ever forget that, okay? Your character. So that character, when I say the character, you become like the character, right? The character. We're going to talk more about this in the upcoming sessions here, which we're going to have probably another, 4 or 5 of these coming up. Okay, so you, the character, is crucial ingredient in this overall picture. Okay, I'll tell you, failures, losers, they don't get it. Okay, I'm talking to you like this because I assume that you're a winner. In fact, I know you're a winner because you're in the 4%. You've separated yourself. Okay, second ingredient is the storyline that you use, and storyline in marketing is, I want to say it's everything because this is, I mean, it's invisible. It goes, you're talking to people's almost like unconscious mind. It's weird, but it's really, really important to understand different storylines, and we'll dive a little bit into that today. And then your movement. Okay, so what you create, your little thing. You can be an affiliate, but you can still create, and you must create a movement within what you do. Okay. Self-control critical to an individual health, welfare, as well as her. I'm just reading Wayne's comment here. His happy existence equal. Okay, you guys getting this so far? Okay. All right, so this is basically the secret formula. People say, hey, what's the secret to success? What's the secret to being you? There you go. It's you, it's your storyline, and your movement. Everything else kind of, revolves around those 3 things. Okay, it's tactics, it's traffic, it's list building. Everything is going to basically float somewhere around those 3 things. Okay, so let's get into the first one here a little bit. I'm just gonna fly through this very briefly, give you, a 10,000-foot kind of a glance at this kind of stuff. Okay, mastery level will really dive into a tremendous level of micro details on this one with exercises, done with you, that kind of stuff. It'll be incredible. Okay, so the character, this is, even if you're brand new here, you have never done this before, just watch this. Do not allow yourself to get overwhelmed or frustrated just because you don't get it from the first time. Okay, trust me, you will get it because we will be diving really, really deep into this kind of stuff. So here is what's a character, right? Someone who is immediately recognizable. Okay, let me ask you this: do you think Donald Trump is a character? You think? Politics aside, do you think he's a character? Right? I would say so. Think of Conor McGregor. Would you say he's a character? Heck yeah, right? Makes sense, yeah? Superman, is he a character? Yeah, right? So think about yourself, and I'll just leave it at that for now, okay? Now next, character stands for something, represents an idea, belief, has a backstory. Okay, you guys getting this? Like this session is not designed to get into the micro details because this is an entire, like this can be an entire module on this stuff to really master it. Yes, sadly. Lee Montgomery, I love it, man. He's very unique, all right? But think about it like this. What do you think got him to the White House? Again, politics aside, what do you think got him there? Dude, it's him. It's character, right? Zero experience. So again, we'll dive into it. Okay. Now, stands for something, represents an idea. Think about it yourself, right? So kind of contrast it with you, and maybe projected 6 months to 6 months from now or a year from now, perhaps, right? Like what you do. Maybe you just got started here with us yesterday, and you're like, oh my goodness, I gotta figure this out. I gotta do all these things. Look, you just need to learn this and get it once. Once you get it, once it becomes second nature to you, once it becomes like just who you are, just the way you operate, it becomes your subconscious way of thinking, it's really, really easy, and you become so irresistibly attractive. It's absolutely, it's beyond crazy, okay? Must have magic powers. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about that. And then speaks or uses secret language. So, you know, different religions have, you know, the secret languages, societies, secret languages, that kind of stuff. Different companies have secret languages, different groups have secret languages, that kind of stuff. So a little bit of a community talk there. Okay, so here are the 5 building blocks for a character. Okay, again, just very briefly, I'm going to fly through this. You guys can take notes, but we will be diving into these in great detail in the mastery. So the 5 building blocks is your backstory, how you got here, which is why your current struggle is really, really important. Okay, that some of you guys are struggling tremendously, financial struggle, and you know other struggles. Look, it is going to be part of your. It's going to be one of your blocks. It's a really, really critical block in your development of a character, in your development of your strategy as a marketer, okay? Your story, how you got here, the stuff you've been through, okay? Very, very important. What you stand for is really important, okay? What you will not tolerate. Like, I will not tolerate anything that, you know, anything that is, that would lead people into a position they can potentially lose. You know what I mean? That's not just, like, what I stand for is legitimate, like legit stuff, because I've seen so much fake out there, you know. So identify what you will not tolerate, what will or will not sway you for money. Okay, it's really, really important. A lot of people sell out, you know. A lot of people sell themselves for $1, you know, or $2,000. I remember a company, you know, one of the MLM companies, some kind of gaming company, offered me $2 million. $2 million. They say, hey, sign up, sign a contract with us for, I don't remember, was it a year or 2 years? We'll pay you $2 million, and you have to, you know, there was, you know, obviously things that they wanted me to do, promote, build. It's not what I stand for. I don't do that kind of stuff. It doesn't, you know, doesn't fit my character, what my vision is. So it's important, okay? Identify what you stand for, what you will not do. Your magic powers is unique ability, okay? As a member of the 4%, here's what I want to challenge you to do, okay? I want you to observe, be a very close observant on what it is that we do here and how we do it here, okay? Identify among everything that you have available to you, okay? Identify, I'm just reading some of your comments here. Identify, okay, what it is that you're being gravitated towards. What is it that you like? Is that e-commerce? Is that systems building? Is that teaching a particular thing or a skill? Or what is it that you want to be known for? What is that one unique ability that you would like to develop? And you can develop it, okay? It's not gonna, like, it doesn't have to happen, it doesn't need to happen, you know, your first week or first month or even first 6 months, but this is more of a longer term, okay, thing, okay? Longer vision for you. What could be your magic power, okay? So think about it. Your fables, which is condensed version of your story that can be used as selling device, okay? These things will you know, they'll develop themselves by default if you know, once you start doing all the other things. And then secret language, you will identify that, okay? Now, here's a couple things that I want to point out, and I just want to throw out there, because it is important. You, as a strategic entrepreneur, okay, you need to embrace and you need to just understand a few things. Again, it comes down to awareness. Okay, new people, almost 100% of them, they miss this out. But I want you, even if you're a complete beginner here, I want you to start thinking in a certain way. Okay, and here is a few things for you to remember. Embrace the fact that you are going to be a leader. Okay, that you're going to be a leader. It's not a, if you want to succeed big time, you need to embrace the fact that you are going to be a leader, and everything you do needs to stem from that vision, from that direction. Okay, yesterday we had a training on list building strategies. If you missed it, you can go and watch a replay, but we talked a little bit about that. Okay. We covered a lot of ground in that same or similar area, okay? But you are going to be, here's why, okay? You're going to be a guru, and you're going to be looked up to for direction, information, and guidance, okay? If you're going to do anything significant, if you want to be the guy that's behind the curtain and, hiding your face, or you're going to be shy, look, those days are gone. It used to be like you could be behind a computer screen, hide behind your email, and make money. You might manage to do it now, but in today's world, it'll be pretty difficult, because transparency. Show me anybody who is truly successful long term and is scaling their success. Somebody who is not out there just making connections, and somebody who is not doing what we're talking about here. Okay. Look at anybody who is people that are making big moves. They're all out there. Okay, they're all leaders. They're all, people looking up to them for direction, information, guidance based in their, based on what they do. Okay, you just got to embrace the fact. And here's why: because we're all inherently prone to follow a leader, right? We're programmed from birth to follow a leader. So if you can be that leader for your people, whether it's 5 people, eventually it's going to get to 5,000 and 50,000, and one day it's going to be 500,000. You need to make that decision now and be okay with it, and everything you do needs to be filtered or needs to be looked at through that lens. Make sense? That's why everything you do needs to have a strategy behind it. Again, we talked about some of this stuff yesterday on yesterday's webinar. Okay, on list building strategies. Okay, people will pay attention to you because they will become addicted to your character. You guys, I'm telling you, products are important, and it's important for you to promote good stuff. But people who will be around with you and who will follow you, they will not follow you for the product, because there is no longevity in the product. Okay? Products come and go. People will follow you because they will become addicted to your character. Okay? Your character. Very, very important to understand. Make sense? Wayne? Okay? Dana is saying, look at Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, and so on. They always on YouTube, Instagram, etc. Yeah, you got it. You got it. They're talking to, like, their audience is those platforms, right? Our audience right here, right now. You guys, look, I can do this, right? I could, technically, I could hire talking heads or other experts or whatever, right? And just have somebody run 4% altogether. I could be the guy behind the curtain. I choose not to be that. Why? Because my platform is guess what? It's 4%. Okay? I am building 4%. That's why I'm with you. I'm talking to you. I'm being myself, whether you like me or not. For those of you guys who like the way I act and the way I am, look, you'll be connected with me. And if you don't, then you will leave, right? Simple as that, okay? All right, great. So here's another thing, okay? It is critical that you create and use a character that will instill a sense of relationship with your people, with your herd, okay? They should feel like they know you already, okay? It's important. If you want to be some kind of a guy or a gal that will be like untouchable, or like, hey, I'm better than you, or that's an instant that repels people. Don't do that. You want to be genuine, but there's also, like, what I'm showing you guys right now is it's a tip of the iceberg. Really, we're not even scratching the surface on the entire on everything else that we can dig into behind these, right? Because the whole the strategy on approachability and how you talk and what you do, that kind of stuff. A lot of the stuff is subconscious that will not be understood, or it's not even visible until it's pointed out. Okay, but it's very, very important for you to be to be personable and not like, hey, I'm your friend, I'm your buddy. You want to become, your ultimate goal is to be looked at as a celebrity, right? As a celebrity. So why are people so attached to movies and celebrities? Why? Those celebrities don't know you, right? They don't know you. They never met you. But when we watch certain movies that we like and we are, attracted, or we like certain kind of celebrity or, a person or character, we feel like we know them because of the way they act. And a lot of that stuff is, I'm telling you, subliminal. You don't even understand it, but it's just the way it is because they understand it, okay? Really, really important. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we've just been through this. Okay. Storylines. Okay, so let's talk about the storyline. Okay, here are different storylines that that we can do and that we can follow, in our marketing. So this is internet marketing strategies. Okay, every marketing campaign, if you look at, like when I show you some of this stuff, you will be able to analyze different marketing campaigns, and you'll be able to see what some of the people are doing and how they're doing it. Some of them are doing it wrong. Some of them are doing it incorrectly. Some of them are, bending this thing a little bit, but there is always a storyline behind every successful campaign, if done successfully, if done properly, okay? So the storylines are basically you're taking your prospects through a range of emotions that causes them to immediately identify and bond with you. Let that sink for a moment, okay? You're taking your prospects through a range of emotions. It's not just about one thing. Okay, that's why it's called a campaign in most cases, right? Presidential candidates, they campaign. It's not a one-off, 5-minute promotion. There is a difference between promotion and campaign. Okay, campaign is a sequence of promotions, strategic promotions, okay, that cause prospects certain things in their heads. Okay, if you analyze what some of the presidential candidates are doing, how they're positioning themselves, what they're talking about, how they're going about things. I can tell you, I learned so much for myself just by watching our latest, United States election. Just from a marketing, perspective for myself, I learned so much. It's crazy. Check this out. There's 2 best storylines. Okay. Again, this is a condensed version of what I learned from, from Dan Kennedy. I started to apply this stuff in my marketing. This was years and years and years ago. And if you trace back every campaign, you'll probably find there is an element. There's an element of one of these. Okay. So check it out. The 2 best storylines are 1, the underdog, and 2, it's us versus them. Okay, us versus them. Now here's the big secret though. When you combine the 2, whenever possible, you get the best effect possible. Okay, so let's analyze each one of these. Okay, the underdog. Here's what the underdog basically is. Okay, it's a story of loss and redemption. All right, just keep that in mind. A story of the underdog, persuasive metaphor that says you can do it too. It's relatable. You become relatable. People can relate to you. Okay. There's one angle that you can take. Again, it wraps around your character. It wraps around the way you present yourself, the way you talk, the tone of the voice. All of those things are going to come into the play. You see what I'm saying? You guys get this? How this is more of an art than a science? This whole marketing stuff. Okay, it's more of a science when you use a system for a quick buck. Like for example, we have both here. In 4%. My vision here is to, and what we're doing here is I want to have both. You need the scientific side of the system. You need the system that just works, right? And we're constantly perfecting our systems and marketing machines, all that stuff. But what I'm talking to you right now is beyond that. What I'm talking to you right now is past the system or past the, just the scientific way of making money and generating income. We have that too, but it's a different side to the 4%. What I'm talking to you right now more of an artistic because this is the kind of stuff you can't. This is what makes you unique in the marketplace, in the world. Okay, what makes you really, really attractive for the long term and makes you dominate whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. The underdog story formula basically goes like this. Okay, here's a format. Very, very simple. Again, this is not the mastery level. This is more of an overview for you, but it will get you. It will get you thinking. Okay, think through this. You'll figure it out. Okay, here's the format basically. Hey, I was broke. I was overweight. I was shy. I was, I had no money. I was going from program to program. I did not make any, did not see any results. I made a discovery. This discovery turned my life around, and I'm going to share it with you. That's basically the underdog story formula. Okay, that's the format. Okay, very, very simple. Okay, that's why, hey, the struggle you have right now, people that have been through struggles, I'm telling you, the stuff that I've been through is crazy. You can probably make a movie out of it and make it very entertaining too. But everything that happened to me, man, I remember that, way back when I did not have any money. I mean, I was broke. We did not have $1.19. It was absolutely horrible. It was terrible, man. It was, the feeling is, I mean, I would never, ever, ever want to go back there, ever. But I would never trade it for anything in the world. Okay? Because you need that. You need that struggle when there is no struggle in the cocoon, there is no butterfly, right? If a butterfly doesn't struggle, coming out of the cocoon is going to die, okay? You need the struggle. So if you're going through tremendous difficulties right now, you know what? It's okay because it's an important, critical piece of that big puzzle, or the big picture that you're building, okay? That very critical element that you will use to inspire and connect with other people. You need that. Here's what you're really saying with this format. Okay, what you're really saying with this story is, hey, I know how you feel, right? That's to your prospect. That's what they get when you take them through this storyline. I know how you feel. I was in your position. I turned it all around despite the odds. Okay, if I can do it, you can too. Conveys empathy. Okay, you see how people can bond with you there, right? With that story. Okay? Simple but very powerful. Simple things are the most powerful things, Lee is saying simple but powerful. Okay? we don't, this is not a rocket science, you guys. It's basically, it's awareness. It's understanding some of this stuff, okay? But I promise you, when I take you through some of the, really, really mastery level advanced material on this topic, in the core product we have coming out, it'll change the way you act as a human being altogether, okay? It's unbelievable. Okay, here's the us versus them. Couple ideas on that one. Okay. The us versus them basically is people like to blame their problems on outside factors. Who doesn't, right? Hey, it's not your fault, man. It's okay. It's not my fault. I failed. It's somebody else made me fail, right? People like to be included in the us club. Okay, we all want to be part of something. We all want to belong. It's just human nature. Okay, us versus them is important. So again, if you trace it back, right, presidential candidates use this a lot, okay? Highlighting the them causes a bond with the us to be created, okay? If you trace it back, if you layer this, or if you look at through this lens on other marketing campaigns, you can identify, you can spot a lot of the marketing campaigns right now, especially nowadays, even in politics, man, it's crazy. They're utilizing, they're doing this us versus them approach. It's a storyline they're using, okay? Simply by not being them, you become credible, okay? Now here's the engine that drives the us versus them storyline, okay? The engine is this. The us versus them approach relies heavily on telling secrets. Hey, the reason you didn't succeed is because, oh, did you know? You cannot depend on other people, because if you're promoting somebody else's deal and that somebody else pulls the plug, here's why you're failing, because they're not telling you all the secrets. They're keeping you captive. You see what I'm saying? Like the reason, the reason you cannot lose weight with that program is because, dude, you got to stop eating sugars, man. And somebody else says, you know what? Don't forget about that, dude. It's about this. It's about dieting. It's about, intermittent fasting or whatever. It's like secrets. The reason you failed there is because they led you in the wrong direction, right? So it's a secret. Hey, this is a secret why they're doing this to you. These are secrets they don't want you to know. If you guys remember, here in the United States, it was huge. I think this guy is back on media right now. Kevin Trudeau, right? He was huge on this. The secrets, the health secrets they don't want you to know. You know, the this and this. He had these series of books. You know, secrets they don't want you to know. It was a whole series. He built an entire multi-million dollar business on that on that approach, us versus them. Okay. By being let in on the big secret, guess what? By default, you become one of us, right? We're the rebels. We're the this. Hey, Apple launched their entire company, their entire movement on this entire storyline. It's us versus them. You know, us little guys versus this big, you know, system, the IBM. You know, Apple used this. Okay? That sounds like conspiracy and anti-marketing. You got to be very careful with the conspiracy stuff, though. Okay? Conspiracy theorists, they're using the us versus them totally, man. Can you guys see how how this has been applied? Now, I tell you this: some marketers, okay, some of these people, including conspiracy theory. Some of those conspiracy theories, I don't want to get into this because it's negative energy. Okay, you can do this for negative energy. You can do this for positive energy that creates something. You can do this for being destructive. Okay, or you can do it for constructive purposes and with constructive ways. You guys, hold on one sec. I gotta change my battery on my deal here, so you will not hear me for about 15 seconds. Okay, just hang on. We did not get disconnected. I just need to change the battery because I'm going to go mute on you here in a moment. I'll be right back with you. Actually, hold on a sec. Let me see if I can. All right. See, I'm just talking to you and just walking over here, just having fun, man. You know, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. I got my 2 new batteries. I'm gonna go mute on you in about 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 1. Oh yeah, that's why you don't transfer it to the bank. All right, everybody, we're back. Okay, can you guys see me? Okay, no sound. Hey, dude, leave a comment, man. I told you there's gonna be no sound, bro. Okay, are we back? A silent commercial, everybody. I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You don't have to refresh. I just told. See, people are not paying attention, my man. Paul, what's going on, dude? I tell people I'm gonna go silent in 3, 2, 1, and I went silent, and people are like, refresh, there was no sound, what's going on? Okay, I'm back. Okay, good. I'm just playing with you. Okay, let's go back here. The engine that drives the whole train, okay? Okay, you're back. Okay, good. Let's go. All right, so okay, so the engine, okay? Did we talk about this? Okay, yeah, telling the secrets. These are secrets they don't want you to know by being let in. Yep. Okay, so here's basically the formula, okay? Hey, you discover a secret, okay? You discover a secret. It's a secret they don't want you to know. Go against the establishment, drain the swamp, right? All that stuff, right? It's the secret, like, hey, they don't want you to know. The secret proves that the problem is their fault. Now, I'll tell you this. Who is there? I have no idea. You will never find out who quote unquote, they are, okay? It's there, right? It's they, it's them. It's always them, okay? But it's never our fault, man. It's never, how can it be your fault? You failed. There's no way in the world it can be my fault. You got led wrong, man. That's why. So you feel better about yourself. Okay? You're revealing it to help further our goals, not your own. This is a big, 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 big critical thing, you guys, in your marketing, in this approach, in this strategy. As an entrepreneur, it's never about you. People can care less about you. If you look at, big movements, Apple, if you look at Martin Luther King, any of these big giant movements, good or bad, okay, movements, it's always about the us. Okay? In marketing, you will never hear me talking about me, ever. It's always about us. And I mean it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing this as a ploy or whatever. Like, I really, truly mean it. This is how you need to think as an entrepreneur. It's never about me, because you can care less about me. But if I can help you and us, if I can help us advance, right, as a group, man, that's what I'm looking for genuinely. This is very, very important. Some people are faking it. Some people are like, okay, it's going to be us, but at the end of the day, it's me. Dude, forget about you. It's never, ever, ever about you. If it's about you, you're doomed, okay? You failed before you even start, okay? It's always about us, and you got to be genuine about that, okay? Do not try that with, okay. All right, so let's move on here. Let's see what we got. Okay, by buying, joining, dealing with you, coming to your, to your funnel, or associating with you, doing whatever it is that you are telling them to do. Okay, you become one of us. They become one of the players. They become one of the one of those people that part of the vision, right? People want to belong. People want to be, a part of the group. People want to be part of the movements. And here's the biggest thing, you guys, I can tell you. Okay, again, these are the strategic thinking as an entrepreneur. Strategy is everything. Okay, strategic. What you do, how you do things. Like yesterday, if you haven't watched list building strategies, go watch a replay of that. Okay, we talked about one of the things that I shared there is like, be very, very careful about what you're posting on the internet. Okay. If you post good stuff, if you post inspirational stuff, if you post stuff that move people forward, okay, guess what? You are what you post. You will never hear me or see me posting controversial stuff, okay? You will never see me posting anything that demoralizes a community. You know what I mean? You will never see me posting things that create controversy or fights or anything that has a negative energy behind it or drive, because you know what I mean? Like everything you post, it has an energy behind it. You know what I mean? So don't be that person that would post things that would stir up negativity or negative energy around your community or even inside your head. Okay? We all go through ups and downs in our lives, and we all have our bad days and good days or whatever. Like, if you're having a bad day, or if you feel like you want to just go out there and and post it, post what you're thinking about that's not really positive or constructive or success oriented or whatever. It's better for you to hold it off, right? Don't do it. You don't have to post everything online, right? So be very, very conscious about what you post, because it's a long-term play. Again, if you post bad things, if you post controversial, negative, if you participate, you will never see me participating in controversies. Yeah, why? These theories or conspiracy theories or this or that or weird, dude. Like, if it doesn't help me move forward in what I do here, why engage in it? Right? It doesn't make sense. It messes you up, and it infects people that are listening to you. And then that energy gets transferred, and then you want to deal with the people that are infected? Dude, I don't want to be around infection, you know what I mean? I don't want to be around viruses. Keep yourself clean. Keep your people clean, okay? Very, very, very important, okay? Very important. A very good example about us versus them story. I was just talking to Paul here, right before going live here. I said, hey, have you guys seen this famous rapper, Eminem? Eminem. Perfect example, right? Politics aside, whatever. Look at it from a marketer's perspective, right? In my opinion, I think this is an example. I think this is a bad example because it kind of backfires on him in a lot of cases. The way he did it. he did this freestyle rap on, against the president of the United States. Again, whatever your views are, I'm not here to defend or accuse anybody of anything. I'm just looking at it from just pure marketing sense, okay? Us versus them storyline. They definitely had a storyline planned out. This thing was planned out, right? Cameras, multiple angles, everything, high production of the video, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's all over the internet. This dude has got an album coming out in a month. A new album he's dropping in a month. What a perfect time to create us versus them controversy and try to get people to rally it up around him, right? Again, marketers, pay attention to what's going on. He's getting free publicity, again, good or bad, but here's the thing. I think the way he did it at the very end, by telling people to make a choice, a decision, just straight up like that, I think that was a critical mistake that he made, because that thing alone backfired like crazy against him, right? So again, an example, right? An example. Yeah, I mean, we can go on and on and on. I mean, there are some marketers that think that they understand this really, but they're implementing it wrong, and it backfires on them, right? So if you're gonna here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you're going to utilize this us versus them story, us versus them storyline in your marketing campaign, if this is your strategy, okay, it's a great strategy, but I got to emphasize it with a big red line, underline underneath it, and tell you this. You have to make sure that you are either part of the us, okay? You're either part of the us, because it's very, very difficult to pull a brand new, a brand new something that you're introducing that you are the engine and the guy or the gal behind that. Like you're the starter, you're the spark behind this whole thing, right? Very, very difficult to pull that off. Most people are not able to pull it off, especially in marketing. I'll give you an example. Somebody might be part of the company, right? And then they create, I mean, they might get to a level to where they're like, okay, I'm going to do it myself. Okay, they're never been. I've seen it before. I've seen it, a couple years ago. I've seen a guy doing that, and most of the time, these guys have no idea what they're doing, falling, flat on their faces, and it's just not good. So, a gal comes out and she's like, okay, I'm gonna create my own thing. So I'm gonna create whatever controversy or whatever thing, the us versus them, right? And she goes out there, and she can't pull it off, and she can't deliver, and she cannot do what she thought that she would do. Backfires, okay? So be very, very careful. As an entrepreneur, again, you need to think what you do today, your next 10 steps, but then what about the next 50, okay? Where is this thing gonna go? And always approach this from a what if it doesn't work approach, right? So in my opinion, especially for you guys new here, it's best to, when you do your marketing campaign, and we're gonna dive really, really deep into this kind of stuff if you want. Is this making sense though? Is this getting your mind going a little bit, right? Do you kind of see the difference between people who are just like sheep out there? I think I'm gonna point it to the left, your left, and then you want to be on the right over here, right? No, you want to be on the right. Okay, and you want to do it right. You know what I mean? So it's best. A metaphor is like this. Again, let's put the us versus them storyline on the side a little bit, and talk about, maybe give you another metaphor. Think of a skyscraper. Think of a skyscraper, right? So different buildings. Okay, if it's a beautiful building, beautiful architecture, maybe glass walls and big giant windows, and that kind of just looks really, really nice, right? I can take the time and I can build it myself. Takes a ton of work, a ton of money, okay? Takes a ton of resources. And that skyscraper can represent your company, okay? Can represent your company. It's possible, but for people who have very limited resources, limited knowledge, limited strategy, limited knowledge about buildings and that kind of stuff, right? And then limited knowledge about running the thing. It's one thing you can hire contractors to build it for you, but how do you run the thing? Okay, there's a whole lot of different things that come into the play, into the big picture about running, whether it's a system or technology or a business. Okay, if you want it to be a really nice skyscraper, that's going to attract people. And then you want to sell those condos, for example, right? Well, imagine that being your business. So option A, which is very difficult to pull off, is build it yourself. okay? Or option B is you can be a tenant of that building, okay? You can be a tenant. You can represent. See, you can have your character, but if you like the vision of the company, if you like the idea, if you like what the company stands for, if you like the location of the building, if you think this is the best thing in the world, see what you can do, right? Is you can use your character, right, to attract more people to visit you in there, right? Or maybe if you're a realtor and you live there, well, you can sell other things. Again, metaphorically speaking, I'm not even sure if this makes sense to you right now or not. Yeah, I just talk off the cuff most of the time. But that's what's going on a lot in the marketing space. Okay, and once you understand the big picture, once you start to understand the concept, it'll be easy for you to spot what's happening. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If this makes sense, yeah? Does Guru Funnels work? Does Guru Funnel works? Okay, Guru Funnels can work. However, you must be building your list. Everything you do needs to be centered around you building your prospects list and your buyers list. That's why we incorporate that into the 4% marketing machines. You guys will see some insane killer stuff coming out from 4%. Okay. So yeah, marketing gurus can work, or guru funnels can work. Don't let that be your permanent situation though. Okay. You always want to build your own world, your own stage. You want to have your own stage to speak from. How do you keep the lean body, Vic? Kangen water, Maya. I drink plenty of Kangen water. Yes, ma'am. And I try to stay away from sugars as much as I can. I love cakes, man. I'm telling you, but and I work out. Okay, I work out. You might be better than those gurus. Yes, that's right, Abdurazak. You can be better than gurus. Who's to say that you cannot be one of those gurus, right? Who's to say what is a guru? It's a teacher, right? It's somebody who can teach a concept or an idea, or you stand for something. You represent an idea. You got to represent excellence, man. Yesterday, list building strategies session 2. I think we talked about this. Imagine you building your promotion or your campaign or your list. If you have 5 people or 500,000 people, imagine it's like running a small country, right? I mean, act like somebody who represents something. You cannot be, you cannot be engaging in garbage activities and try to build something successful. It doesn't work. There's got to be congruency. There's got to be a central, line that you will follow. All right, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Think about this stuff. Let me know if you're interested in this kind of stuff, but in a very, very detailed mastery level training on this kind of stuff. Because what we're doing is we're creating the mother of all trainings for a modern entrepreneur. Okay, it will be one of the core products from the 4%. And the way we're going to release it to the marketplace, to the world, it'll blow your mind. Creating strong funnel need beta test. Yes. Okay, good. All right, so you guys this was a killer session, A+. Rick Fron, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you got it, okay? Again, these are some of the ideas that I wanted to strip out as much fat as possible. I mean, from the stuff that I've used over the years, and this is the beginning. We're gonna dive really deep into this kind of stuff. Okay, interested in anything you have? Okay, great. Is anyone going to get to the Get Response? I don't know if I'm. When is that Get Response conference? I don't know. All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Be awesome. Stay cool. Let people that are not in the 4% Pro level member, let them know what they're missing out. If you like this kind of stuff, if you think this is great training for you, if you think this is gonna, if this is us not even scratching the surface yet of the iceberg, and we're gonna really get to the bottom of it in the mastery. If you think this is good, share it with others. Let them know what they're missing out. Okay. Hey, appreciate you. Love you. Have a great night, day, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you on the next training. All right, be awesome. Bye.